As the race for UEFA Champions League qualification heats up in the Premier League, the stakes couldn't be higher for several clubs vying for position in the top tier of European football. With the 2024-25 season nearing its conclusion, the battle for the coveted spots has become a thrilling spectacle showcasing not only the intense competition among teams but also the implications of their performances on the European stage. Currently, Manchester City sits in third place with 61 points, leading a tightly packed group that includes Nottingham Forest, Newcastle United and Chelsea, all within just a few points of each other. Aston Villa trailing closely behind adds further intrigue to the mix. Arsenal, however, has established a commanding position, holding a 10-point lead over the sixth place, thereby securing their place in this discussion for now. The Premier League's qualification dynamics have shifted this season, with the fifth-place team now gaining entry into the Champions League, a change attributed to the league's heightened performance in European competitions. This season, the Premier League has secured 5 Champions League spots thanks to its strong UEFA coefficient, which ranks among the highest in Europe. There is a tantalizing possibility that 7 English teams could participate in next season's Champions League. Should Arsenal, who are competing in the Champions League semi-finals, win the title while finishing outside the top 5, they would still qualify as the reigning champions. Furthermore, if either Tottenham or Manchester United, who are competing in the Europa League, win that competition, they too would join the Champions League ranks. This scenario underscores the depth and strength of the Premier League, which might see an unprecedented number of its clubs competing at the highest level. The current fixtures for the top contenders reveal a challenging yet manageable path ahead. Manchester City faces a series of matches against teams that, while competent, do not pose immediate threats to their Champions League aspirations. Nottingham Forest, currently fourth, has a favourable fixture list that could see them solidify their position with home games that should play to their advantage. Newcastle United must navigate 2 difficult matches that could prove pivotal in their quest for a top 4 finish. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Aston Villa, both at 57 points, must capitalise on their remaining fixtures to keep their Champions League hopes alive. Predicting the final standings, analysts are leaning towards a top 5 that includes Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City, Newcastle United, and Nottingham Forest. Chelsea and Aston Villa may find themselves on the outside looking in unless they can muster an extraordinary finish to the season. As the final matches of the season approach, the excitement surrounding Premier League teams and their prospects for European glory will only intensify. The outcomes of these critical fixtures will not only define individual club seasons but will also shape the landscape of European football for years to come. With the Champions League title within reach for some and the allure of qualification for others, the drama is far from over, promising a breathtaking conclusion to the domestic campaign. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely as teams battle it out, with the hopes of European glory hanging in the balance. As the 2024-25 Premier League season approaches its climax, anticipation is building among fans and clubs alike regarding the financial rewards that accompany the final standings. The distribution of prize money driven by performance and television deals plays a crucial role in shaping the strategies and aspirations of clubs vying for success in one of the world's most lucrative football leagues. During the previous season, the financial stakes were significant, with clubs earning between £175.9 million, approximately $228 million for the champions Manchester City, and £109.7 million, about $142.2 million for last place Sheffield United. These figures underscore the competitive nature of the Premier League, where every position can have a profound impact on a club's financial health and future planning. The prize money for the 2024-25 season is yet to be finalized, but historical data offers a glimpse into the expected payouts. For instance, Manchester City secured £56.4 million, $73.1 million for their title-winning performance last season, while the runners-up Arsenal received £53.6 million, $69.5 million. The incremental decrease in payments from one position to the next emphasizes the financial benefits of finishing higher in the table. Broadcasting rights also represent a significant revenue stream for Premier League clubs. In the 2023-24 season, clubs received £31.2 million, $40.4 million from domestic broadcasting and £55.7 million, $72.2 million from international rights, totaling £86.7 million, $112.4 million per club. Additionally, clubs benefited from central commercial revenue, with each team receiving an equal share of £8.2 million, $10.6 million. The total distribution from these sources amounted to £94.9 million, $123 million for each club, a figure that exemplifies the financial power of the league. Individual broadcasting revenue can vary dramatically based on how often a team's matches are televised. Arsenal was showcased the most in the previous season, resulting in an additional £26.9 million, $34.9 million in revenue, while Burnley, with the fewest televised matches, received only £9.3 million, $12.1 million. This disparity highlights the financial importance of visibility and fan engagement in the Premier League landscape. Competition for the coveted top spots in the league remains fierce, with clubs such as Liverpool, Arsenal, and new contenders like Chelsea and Aston Villa aiming to claim their place in the Champions League for the upcoming season. As the table tightens, the question of who will ultimately emerge victorious looms large. Recent performances suggest that the race for the title and European qualification will be a tightly contested affair. Moreover, the relegation battle adds another layer of intensity to the league. Newly promoted teams like Leicester City and Ipswich Town face the daunting challenge of securing their place in the top tier, while established clubs such as Everton and Crystal Palace find themselves embroiled in the fight to avoid relegation. The financial ramifications of relegation are severe, making every match a potential turning point for these clubs. As the season progresses toward its conclusion on Championship Sunday, the implications of each club's finishing position will resonate far beyond the final whistle. The financial rewards tied to league standings will not only influence club operations for the following season, but will also shape the competitive dynamics of the Premier League in the years to come. With the stakes so high, fans can expect a thrilling conclusion to the 2024-25 season, filled with drama, surprises, and the promise of future developments in English football's premier competition. In a somber turn of events for Italian football, Lecce has announced the postponement of its Serie A match against Atalanta, originally scheduled for Friday, April 25, 2025. This decision comes in the wake of the death of Graziano Fiorita, the club's long-serving physical therapist, who dedicated over 2 decades to the team. Lecce confirmed the postponement on Thursday, although the Italian league had yet to officially endorse the decision. Fiorita's passing marks a significant loss for the club, which is currently facing relegation concerns, sitting just 1 point above the drop zone with 5 matches remaining in the season. The emotional toll of this event is compounded by the recent loss of Pope Francis, whose funeral has already prompted the rescheduling of several matches this week. The Italian football community is now enveloped in a period of mourning, with no games planned for Saturday as a mark of respect for the late pontiff's contributions. While Lecce grapples with these challenges, their opponent Atalanta finds itself in a more favorable position. Currently third in the league and aiming for Champions League qualification. The contrasting fortunes of the two clubs highlight the precarious nature of the Serie A landscape, where every match can have significant implications for relegation and European aspirations. The decision to postpone the match against Atalanta is only the latest in a series of schedule adjustments within Serie A, which has seen other fixtures move to accommodate the mourning period. For instance, the highly anticipated clash between Inter Milan and AS Roma has also been rescheduled from Saturday to Sunday following an announcement from Italy's Minister for Civil Protection. This change reflects a broader commitment from league officials to honor the national mourning period declared by the Council of Ministers after Pope Francis's passing. As the Serie A season approaches its conclusion, the implications of these postponements are far-reaching. Lecce's battle to avoid relegation now takes on an added layer of complexity, with the emotional weight of loss hanging over the team. Meanwhile, for Atalanta and other clubs in contention for European spots, the rescheduling could present both opportunities and challenges as they adapt to a shifting competitive landscape. Looking ahead, the focus will inevitably shift to the remaining matches of the season, where every point will be crucial. Lecce will need to regroup and find strength in the face of adversity, while Atalanta will aim to capitalize on their current form to secure a place in the Champions League. The intertwining narratives of loss, resilience and ambition in Serie A promise to keep fans on edge as the season draws to a close, making each upcoming fixture a pivotal moment in the race for survival and glory.